You live in the same house. You buy the same treats. You even use the same baby voice. Yet your cat treats one person like royalty, and everyone else like furniture that occasionally moves. What if I told you it has almost nothing to do with who fills the food bowl? Cats choose their person based on a hidden scoring system, one rooted in body language, scent chemistry, emotional energy, and survival instincts most humans never think about. And by the end of this countdown, you'll know exactly why your cat picked who they picked, or why they didn't pick you. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The scent signature. Every human carries a unique scent fingerprint, and your cat's nose, roughly 14 times more sensitive than yours, reads it like a biography. Cats have a specialized organ called the vomeronasal sac on the roof of their mouth that processes chemical signals invisible to human perception. When your cat rubs against one person and not another, they're not just being affectionate, they're blending scent profiles to create a shared colony identity. If your scent chemistry aligns with what your cat finds comforting, congratulations! You're on the list. If not, no amount of expensive wet food will change the biochemistry at work here. But scent is just the opening chapter, because wait until you hear what your body language is silently telling your cat in point number 9. Number 8. The body language test. Cats are masters of nonverbal communication, and they are evaluating your every posture, gesture, and movement against an internal checklist you never received. Do you approach directly with sustained eye contact? To a cat, that reads as a threat display. Do you crouch down and offer a slow blink? That reads as trust and friendship. The person in your house who instinctively does the latter, perhaps without even knowing why, is speaking fluent cat without an accent. Everyone else is shouting in a language that sounds aggressive and confusing. Research from the University of Sussex confirms that the slow blink, narrowing your eyes and blinking slowly, triggers a measurable relaxation response in cats, and the person who does it most naturally is almost certainly the favorite. But there's something subtler at play, and point number 7 reveals it. Number 7. The chase paradox. Here is the most counterintuitive rule of cat favoritism. Cats gravitate toward the person who wants them the least. The family member who is mildly indifferent, the guest who barely glances at the cat, the roommate who insists they are not a cat person. These are the humans your cat will climb over 3 other people to sit on. Why? Because direct attention to a prey animal that evolved as both predator and potential prey can feel like pressure. The person who gives your cat space is the person who makes them feel safest. It's the magnetic pull of low expectations, a psychological principle that works on humans too, but cats perfected it thousands of years before we gave it a name. But don't mistake this for disinterest, because point number 6 flips everything you just learned. Number 6. The routine synchrony. Cats are not spontaneous creatures. They are walking spreadsheets of habit, and the person whose daily rhythm most closely matches theirs will naturally rise to the top of the social hierarchy. If you wake up at the same time, wind down at the same time, and share the same afternoon quiet window, your cat sees you as a reliable colony member. If you're the chaotic roommate who stumbles in at 2 a.m. and leaves at unpredictable hours, you're a disruption to the territory's stability. What's fascinating is that cats don't resent disruption. They simply deprioritize it. Your cat isn't angry at you for having a wild schedule. They've just quietly filed you under secondary human, inconsistent, monitor for changes. But there's a deeper emotional layer here, and point number 5 reveals it. Number 5. The emotional frequency. Your cat feels your emotional state before you've even named it yourself, and they are drawn to the human whose energy is the most consistent and calm. A study from the University of Milan found that cats mirror human emotional states with remarkable accuracy. Anxiety, anger, and unpredictability create distance. Steady warmth, gentle voices, and emotional predictability create magnetic attraction. The person in your household who is the calmest under pressure the softest in their delivery, the least likely to raise their voice, that person's lap will always be the most occupied. Your cat isn't judging your emotional struggles. They are simply wired, through thousands of years of evolution, to seek the safest emotional harbor in any environment. But hold on to that thought, because point number 4 adds a twist nobody sees coming. Number 4. The imprint window. If your cat was adopted as a kitten, the person who spent the most time with them during those critical first 12 weeks permanently shaped their attachment blueprint. This is the imprint window, a developmental phase where a kitten's brain forms its most lasting associations about what safety, comfort, and trust look and smell like. If that person was you didn't earn your cat's loyalty. You were grandfathered into it by biology. If that person was someone else in your household, you have been fighting an uphill battle you didn't even know existed. But here's the hopeful part. Cats can and do form new primary attachments later in life, especially after major disruptions like moving homes or losing a family member. Which brings us directly to point number 3. Number 3. The grief bond. Some of the most profound cat-human bonds form in the aftermath of loss, and this is where feline emotional intelligence becomes undeniable. When a cat senses that a human is grieving, through changes in scent, movement, sleep patterns, and vocal tone, something shifts in their behavior. They begin staying closer, purring more frequently, and initiating physical contact with an intentionality that feels almost human. Cats who previously ignored someone will suddenly curl up beside them during a difficult week. This isn't coincidence. It's a deeply embedded social response that researchers are only beginning to understand. The person in your house who has been through something hard while the cat was watching? That cat made a decision, and they chose sides. Now, point number 2 is the one that will make you rethink everything about your voice. Number 2, the voice they trust. Your cat knows every voice in your household with near-perfect accuracy, and they have ranked them. Research from the University of Tokyo found that cats can distinguish their owner's voice from a stranger's even when they cannot see the speaker, and they respond most strongly to higher-pitched, softer, sing-song tones. If someone in your house speaks to the cat in a gentle, melodic register while someone else uses a louder, flatter delivery, the cat has already made their choice. And it has nothing to do with who is the better human. It's purely about auditory comfort. What's almost heartbreaking is what cats do when they hear an unfamiliar or harsh voice. They don't flee. They just stop listening. Your cat has the power to tune you out completely, and they use it. Number 1. The ultimate choice. After all the scent analysis, the body language tests, the emotional frequency readings, and the voice rankings, your cat's final decision comes down to something more profound than any single factor. Cats choose the person who makes them feel like the most authentic, unpressured version of themselves. The human who respects their autonomy, reads their signals correctly, offers warmth without demanding it back, and creates a space where a small predator can feel completely at ease in a giant's world. If you are that person, your cat has given you something rarer than loyalty. They have given you the trust of a creature that evolved to trust no one. If you are not that person yet, here's the gift. Cats are patient teachers. Pay attention. Slow blink more. Lower your voice. Let them come to you. The door is always open. Your cat is waiting for you to walk through it on their terms. So guys, if your cat hasn't chosen you, at least not yet, don't take it personally. Cats don't distribute affection like dog treats. They invest it, carefully and deliberately, in the human who earns the highest score on a test nobody knew they were taking. But the good news? That test can be retaken. Every single day. Are you your cat's chosen person, or is your cat still making up their mind about you? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. If this gave you a fresh way to see your furry little roommate, hit that like button and share it with the fellow cat person in your life. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more.